This is volume 2 of my 10 Great Doom record series. And when I say Doom, I'm talking anywhere from heavy stoner rock all the way to funeral doom. Kind of a vague category. So, I'm going to start off with Night Gaunt. This is a band from Italy. What I have here is their Jupiter's Fall 7-inch. It was kind of a neat package. It's got a card for each song with artwork and lyrics. And it's a purple 7-inch. I didn't just mention it's an Italian band, and that EP bridges their 2 full-length albums, which I haven't heard. I've heard no one talk about this band. I just gave that 7-inch a shot when the price was right. But I'm getting a lot of Candlemass and Paul Bearer vibes. Cool band. Next up, Blood Ceremony from Toronto, Canada. This is the self-titled album from 2008. Definitely not a doom metal band, but 70s rock, stoner rock vibes, witchy sounding, occult lyrics, lots of flute. I just think they're a cool band. I like the album after this, Living with the Ancients, quite a bit better. I just had the MP3s for that one. And I did see these guys live once, opening for Witch Mountain. But I brought that up on another video, so no need to get into that. Okay, third album, Funeral Moth. This is, despite the album cover, a funeral doom band. They're from Japan, and this is their full-length album, Transience, although it's 2 very long songs. This is the second release, and I actually was just looking at them on Spotify, and both their releases are on there, but they only have like 60 monthly listeners, so underrated band, and one I think you should check out. This one was on Weird Truth Productions. More funeral doom. This is Aldebaran, Embracing the Lightless Depths. I always told myself that these guys were British, but I just looked into it a little bit more, and they're actually American. And this is the second and most recent release, even though it's a little bit old at this point. But this is a great album. I kind of forgot about these guys a bit. Mind Rot, their second and final full-length album, Soul, which came out in 1998. They broke up after this, and if these guys are in other bands now, I'm totally forgetting what they are. Is it straight up doom? No. It's early incarnation of what we would probably call post-metal now, sludge, and doom, all mixed together. Some people say the album prior to Soul is better. I believe it's called Dawning, but this is the one that I have. Big name here, Electric Wizard, and I'm going to talk about 2 albums here. This is a double package. I have the self-titled album and Come My Fanatics, the second album, on a 2-disc package. This came out on Rise Above, and, well, I guess they were 1994 and 1996, respectively, when they came out. But probably maybe the most popular doom band these days, from England, horror movie lyrics, a lot of drug references. Pretty fun band. And I've never seen them live. The one time I can recall them playing live, they played Lee's Palace in Toronto. That's the only show I wanted to go to where I could not get a ticket. Sold out like that, and just prices I wasn't willing to pay for a resale. The only time I couldn't get to a show that I really want to get to. And I also heard that they didn't have any merch. So you got a packed place full of fans, everyone wants to buy stuff, and they had nothing to sell. Kind of odd, but a friend of mine went to the show and said it was a good time. And Electric Wizard now, they formed in 1993. They have 9 full lengths at this point. And although I don't like it as much as their older stuff, it's still worth checking out. Another big name, My Dying Bride. This is The Light at the End of the World. This is their 6th full-length album. I'm not a huge My Dying Bride guy, but In one of my underrated albums videos, I did talk about my love for 34.788% Complete. I think that's a great album, but a lot of fans hated it, and I think the band was somewhat ashamed of it. And this was their bounce back to their original gothic heavy doom style. Number 9, Thrones. This is a album called Sperm Whale, which is a compilation of 2 EPs. And Thrones are known as a solo project by Joe Preston, who's been part of many bands. I think he's touring with Sumac right now. He's done stuff with Earth, but most famously, he was bass player for the Melvins somewhere along the way. And I saw Thrones live one time. I think he was alone on stage with just a bunch of keyboards and samplers. Maybe there was someone else. That's all I can remember. Oddly enough, opening for Wolves in the Throne Room. There's a bunch of weird bands on that bill, though. It's a cool mix. But I never saw Wolves in the Throne Room. I had to leave. Got a call from work. I had to go. Finally, we'll get vinyl here. This is Cavern Light, as we cup our hands and drink from the stream of our ache. This is an American band from Wisconsin. This is doom, sludge, bit of post-metal. This album came out in 2017, and I enjoyed it. This is a white vinyl. The standout song on here to me was To Wallow in the Filth That Dwells Where Despair is Born. And I kind of forgot about these guys a bit, but it turns out they did put out an album in 2022. So I should check that out. I also thought I heard that these guys broke up, but quick research seemed to indicate that that's not the case. But anyways, part 2, 10 great doom albums. Looking forward to talking about more. Thanks.